Come for the books.
Stay for the smut.
Welcome to Book Club, bitches.
I'm hyped once again.
I am also hyped once again.
I always get hyped on that intro music.
And we have such a good reason to be hyped right now.
We do.
Why?
You tell us why.
It's the first episode of Book Club!
Book Club! We're so excited. We finally did it.
Welcome to the first episode of Stay For The Smut, guys.
Stay for the smut.
Come for the books.
Stay for
Enjoy the company.
enjoy the company. We're kind of fun sometimes, you know?
I think we are.
I feel like we're always fun.
Yeah.
We're always a fun time.
That's why Book Club's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be a fun time, you know? We're gonna be yelling, laughing, crying, slightly aroused.
Totally,
What
yeah.
else could you want?
We're gonna read our favorite, like, erotic passages for you guys.
Maybe not this episode, but maybe. Just have to
don't
listen
know.
and wait. If any of you are under 18, do not listen.
Yeah.
Scroll away. I've told multiple of you, no.
As always,
You know who you are.
Also, major spoilers ahead, of course. Book Club is
Yes.
made for people who have read the whole book.
The book. Every week we're
halfway.
going to say what book we're going to be reading. We're going to probably do it like every 2 to 3 weeks. So you guys can read along with us if you want. We'll be
Give us
posting on Instagram.
recommendations,
Yeah. Let us know what books you like and you think that we should. We have a few lined up for release dates.
But this week is
A Ruin of Roses.
Ruin of Roses by K.F. Breene.
Yes. What's our cocktail?
A Ruin of Rose.
Rose.
I came up with that on the spot.
She did. She
too.
was like, I'm so excited
I'm
about this
making
drink.
this cocktail.
Charlotte made the drink this week.
Yeah, I'd not let Jen handle the booze. We all
What's
know how
in
that
it?
goes.
Listen, we all have a fun time. Don't lie.
We have a very drunk time.
We tried to record something a minute ago and it did not
It did
go
not
as
happen.
good.
Why? Because we were drinking.
We were drinking, and also I don't have much data left on my phone, so I gotta start deleting stuff.
Phone sucks. But in the cocktail,
Trash.
we have a little homemade limoncello that
Yes.
I made.
Charlotte made limoncello.
It's been sitting in my fridge.
A little
and
fancy
little
bottle.
coconut rum that I stole from my mom. And then this really, really good, like, non-alcoholic rosé, white ginger mix that I found right in my downtown area. So
Yeah.
this sounds good.
She was like, for weeks, she's been like, I want to use this for an episode.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is the perfect episode to use the rosé.
It's like, it's a non-alcoholic, but I can change that
We're like, we can put some booze
We
in
can
it.
put some booze in it.
We can put booze in anything.
It's really good. I think this is my favorite one
It's
so
delicious.
Far. Taste-wise.
It's so yummy. I feel like I should be on a beach.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I gotta slurp into the mic. I'm like,
Slurping,
so you can
yeah.
feel like you're right here with us.
And now we are ready to talk about this book with you guys.
We both read it. We're both excited.
First of all, I just want to say the spice. Chef's kiss.
It was good spice.
She has a little bit of spice.
It wasn't like too much. It wasn't too little.
It was just enough.
It was. I give it like 2 spicy peppers
I don't rate it.
for me.
I don't like doing that.
No, I do.
Yeah, no, the
Because-
smut part is important to you.
I give it 2 spicy peppers. It had some good smut scenes. Smut is talked about a lot throughout, but like in a funny way.
It's. We'll get into it how
It's
she kind
funny,
of
yeah.
interprets it. Yeah,
It's good.
but I really like the intro that she put into this.
Yes.
First of all, to just kind of get you prepared.
The acknowledgments for
It's
it.
hilarious.
Oh, it's so good. I'll read it to you guys. It says, this book is for the readers. You wanted more spice? You wanted me to just go wild? You got it. Let's hope you don't regret it. Have an emergency string of pearls on standby, just in case. Clutch when needed. I can do this without all of you. In my corner, I'm forever thankful. I love it so much. It
That's
makes me
awesome.
laugh.
Yeah.
And I did see that her PR packages for some people, she put like
Pearls.
a little fake strand of pearls in
Yeah.
it, and it was like clutch when needed.
We should have brought.
I was like, I want a PR package
those
just for
PR
those.
packages when they came out. I did not hesitate to find out what that book was.
I was like,
That's
oh,
for sure.
hello, I want to clutch my pearls. I don't have some, but I'll buy some.
It took us a while to save this book for the two of us because we were like, okay, what book are we going to do for the first book club episode?
Yeah.
And then Jen did a little experimenting on her Kindle.
So I saw a thing on Book Talk where the girl was like, does anyone else go to their search bar and search for like pussy and cock to see when the spice happens? And I was like, That's amazing. I've never thought about this. So now anytime I read a book, that's the first thing. As soon as I open up the book and I get to page 1, because if you try to search before page 1, it doesn't really do it. You have to get to page 1. I go and I search for like pussy, cock, finger, lips,
anything gross.
wet, whatever I could think of.
And she straight up just searched pussy.
And I did. That's my first go-to is pussy and then cock. That's my go-to. Today I'm reading the Kingsmaker series by Sophie Lark. So good. I'm on the 3rd book, The Bully. That's the first book I saw in the series, but everything said to like read the 2 before it, or otherwise things will get spoiled. So I read the first 2, finished the second one, The Rebel, last night, started The Bully last night, and I'm like halfway through it. I love it so much. Dean needed his redemption. It's good. Anyway, so we're talking about that.
Anyway, we're talking about a different book here. But so she sent me a screenshot of all the like pages and chapters that have the word pussy in it, and I was like, "What book is this?"
She's like, "What are you reading?"
And also,
like, do you really expect anything less?
Yeah. And she was like, "It's Rona Roses." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to acquire that book."
She's
soon.
like, Amazon cart, add, ship.
I wanna read some of my favorite lines from this that I have pulled up here, but first I want to read the synopsis for you guys. Are you ready for my dramatic reading?
I'm so ready. You should have heard our dramatic intros that we recorded. We let you guys see them, but my phone sucks. So,
alright, are we ready?
Ready.
This is Charlotte's synopsis of Ruin of Roses.
Ba-ba-bum.
I could save him, but he would ruin me. The beast. The creature who stalks the forbidden wood.
Oh, the creature.
The dragon prince. He has suffered a fate worse than death. We all have. A curse put upon us by the Mad King. Why is it always the Mad King?
Because they're always crazy.
Just put the crazy.
Men are psychotic before anything else.
Anyway, we are a kingdom locked in time. Shifters unable to feel our animals. Stuck here by a deal between the late king and the demon who seeks our destruction. The only one who keeps this kingdom alive is Knifen. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. Knifen. The golden prince to a stolen throne. The last dragon shifter. He is our hope. He is my nightmare. When he catches me trespassing in the forbidden wood, he doesn't punish me with death. He is entitled. He pursues cock.
With that dicto.
Well, this is a perfect line. He takes me instead.
My asshole.
Forces me back to the castle as his prisoner. Seeks to use me. Apparently, I could save him. I could save the whole forgotten kingdom, locked away by the demon king's powers. But it would mean taming the monster beneath his skin.
His cock beneath his belt.
It would mean giving myself to him. It would mean my ruin.
It's so much better when you think about it sexually.
And scene. Honestly, yeah, there's a lot of sexual innuendos right there. Anyway.
I love it all.
So there's a synopsis for you guys. So clearly it's like, it was very much enemies to lovers. Not supposed to be together. He kidnapped me. I'm the damsel in distress.
Help me.
I will say.
Winifred.
So Finley, or as like, this is a... Oh, did we say
Belle.
It's a Belle. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
So...
Finley is Belle.
is the main character. She
Not
is
Fang.
Belle. Is the beast.
The beast.
The beast. And, yes, Finley is very much a very sarcastic...
She's a badass.
Yeah, she is a badass.
But
She's very much along the lines of that typical, I can take care of myself, independent woman, female main character.
Yes. But she is also one of those characters, I love her, but she's also one of those characters like, I'm not like other girls.
Yeah. You won't find this.
She's like,
anywhere
I wear
else.
pants. Everyone else wears dresses.
Yeah, I like dresses.
I'm a tomboy.
I don't believe in soulmates.
It kind of reminds me of Akatar, because, and I hate to say it, but it does. Like, she's the one that, like, hunts for her family. She sacrifices. She goes out into the woods.
Yeah,
brings stuff back to the house.
This time, the rest of her family was actually
they do
doing
contribute.
something.
They do contribute.
So there's like an illness going around the kingdom too, and she's
that's like the Demon King.
Yeah,
put on everyone.
Everyone's fallen ill. Her dad's ill, so she has taken her part into as far as like hunting goes, where she goes like into the forbidden forest and finds this plant called the Everlast, and she creates this elixir. So she's this like smart little botanical witch, basically.
Yeah, but you have to be careful because if you harvest it wrong or you put them too close together or you put too much water or whatever, it could either kill you or not work at all.
I really like
because
the
of
thought behind that.
I do too.
honest.
I really liked everything about it, like her learning, her teaching herself. That's one thing. She reads a lot of books, just like Belle.
Yeah.
But it's books on her...
All the plants.
Yeah, the plants, her culture, her path, everything.
The kingdom history.
Yeah. Because she wants to just learn about everything. It's not really storybooks that she reads.
And another thing that made the dialogue just with herself hilarious was like, so they mentioned shifters.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. Do they?
She doesn't even know what kind of shifter she is.
A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Her brother doesn't either.
No,
right?
I don't think any of, like, her age or maybe, like, 10 years older than her know. Because way before that, like, because I think she said she was a child. Like, she was, like, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on the exact age. But that was the last time she saw the prince and everyone
like,
flying as dragons. So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a bit since she saw any kind of shifter, and she was too young to be able to shift at that time, so she has no idea what her actual animal is.
And she has this inner dialogue with her shifter. Like, the shifter's trying to come out, her animal is trying to come out.
Well, so her animal tries to come out when she's around Nifane.
Yeah.
Like when she goes into the wood and is around him, because he's the only shifter that can actually change.
And not only does she try to come out, boy, is that shifter horny.
Yeah, the shifter's aggressively horny. It's great. It's great reading about it.
It's hilarious, yeah, because the whole time...
But they all are.
They all are, yeah.
assholes.
The whole time, like, her shifter's just being like, that is an alpha, and I want to jump his bones.
Yep. Like, let him take me. And she's like, and Finley's like, no, we have morals. We can. And the shifter's like, I don't give a shit. You know what it makes me think of? Flames of Chaos. Ember. Those of you, Shauna still hasn't read it.
Nope.
Those of you that know it, Ember and Arya's dialogue. But it reminds me of this so much because it's just two beings in one body, and they're like, want to be best friends, but one of them literally just is controlled by their vagina, and the other one is controlled by their mind and like morals. And they're just constantly butting heads. Or
but
what
then
they
it
should do.
like aside from like all the horniness that goes on within her, but it also unleashes like a lot of power within her too. So
power from her vagina. Just kidding.
No, actual strength here. So she finds herself in situations where. So, I think also, like, her shifter character also matches the energy of, Hadriel, the butler.
Mm.
Where...
Oh my God, he's so funny.
The goofiness.
Honestly, he was my favorite character in the whole book.
His first scene was wild.
Because you expect, like, because in your mind you're like, alright, you're Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
But
the
if Lumiere was a little slut.
Like, he's like, I like to take it up the ass.
So
5 demons at the same time, and I hate myself for it. And you're like, what?
Yeah, and so obviously at some point she trespasses the Forbidden Forest, she gets kidnapped, he takes her in, and she's like, I gotta protect the family.
Yeah, my family, I can't.
Well, actually, he crashed her home, basically, and she chased him out. Was like, why are you in the forest?
Yes, she's like, I'm gonna. Well, so he comes to her house, and is basically throws. So in one part, she drops her pocket knife in the woods. So he basically comes to her house, launches it through the window, and then she's like, to save my family, I have to run. So he'll chase me. And that's exactly what happens. She like runs out. And he chases her through, and that's when stuff happens.
And apparently, like, that's when he discovers, too, that his shifter, even though he can shift because of just, like, the timeline of when the curse happened and everything, he still is able to shift into his form. Yeah. But his animal's still trying to come out where his side is trying to hump her side, and it's all frustrated.
And then he likes to, like, yell at her and say it's her fault. And she's like, excuse me, how long have you been a shifter? I've been a shifter for 5 seconds.
Yeah, she's totally...
He's like, it's your fault. You need to control your animal.
Yeah, and when it comes to that whole aspect, too...
Just like a man.
He is so incredibly repetitive when it comes to, like, it's just my shifter.
Yeah.
I don't have feelings for you.
He doesn't want...
We're not attracted to each other. It's just our animals.
Like, no.
And then she's just like, but I'm confused because he's coming on to me.
She's like, his animal was not there.
He's saying he's trying to be repulsed by me, too. And it's very annoying.
It's very much back and forth.
He is the epitome of a grump. This is very much a grumpy sunshine to trope.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, nah. No.
It's always her fault.
It's always
Everything's
her fault. She's so annoying, but, like, I need your help.
I need your vagina.
We kind of got sidetracked by Hadriel a little bit. But, yeah, Hadriel, so as soon as she walks into the castle for the first time, there's just people fucking everywhere.
Orgies. They're dressed up in costume. Like furries. And, like, having sex all over the place. But also there's apparently, like, demons or, like, incubi and stuff that kind of influence that a lot. So for 20-some years, they've all just been trapped in this palace, and they don't have anything to do.
On the same age.
So they don't age or anything, so they just fucking. That's all they're doing.
Which, like, yeah, as soon as Hadriel came about,
except Nifane, he has not had sex in the entire 20 years that they've been locked down.
He's loyal to his mate that he doesn't have yet.
But my prediction
there's this whole mates thing, too.
Is that they're both dragons. And they're mates.
They're dragon mates.
That's what I think.
It's a little obvious, honestly.
Kind of obvious.
You kind of
I didn't jump any guns there.
We still gotta read the second one, but it's obvious.
Yeah. But there's 3 out, I think, already.
But then, because it's so annoying, too, because he's just...
We're like, we love this book, it's fucking annoying.
Well, he's annoying, honestly. I like Nifane, but
I liked him at the end.
Very, very broody, where
yes.
he became super possessive of her once they actually started doing stuff. Like, honestly, he just kept, like, fingering her the whole time.
He's like, getting it.
Yeah, he's like, this is just my animal.
My animal just wants to finger you.
Yeah, and he's just like, it's just my animal. This is
like, your animal doesn't have fingers.
I'm like, it's him. I'm not attracted to you. But then at the same time, he's like, if something happens, you are mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what does that mean?
He's like, if we have sex, you're ruined for anyone else.
Nobody else can touch you.
No one else ever. She's like, alright, cool.
She's like, yeah, word, I'm all for it. And she doesn't deny it, too. And so the first time they actually do something together, he, like, eats her out or something?
I think he's fingering her in the garden.
Yeah.
And then the demon comes over.
And then this demon asshole interrupts them.
Well, is that I can't remember. Is the first time when Hadriel comes out and interrupts them and they're in the garden and they, like, start going out? Or is it whenever he starts finger banging her up against the tree? And because the demons come.
Yeah, the demon comes out.
I couldn't remember which was first. It was either the garden scene when he's showing her the Everlast.
Oh yeah, Hadriel.
I think that might be the first one. Yeah, Hadriel's like,
excuse me.
You have things to go to, Your Highness. And he's like, leave me alone.
And that's where Nifane got confusing too, because he was pissed. Obviously he wanted something to happen.
Yeah. But he's like, no.
But then he's just like,
but he keeps like pushing her away.
Yeah.
At the same time, he's like, I want you, but no.
Yeah.
I want you, but no. Because there's so many times like they don't have sex in this first book.
Yeah.
They don't.
Just a lot of finger banging
and a lot of jerking off.
Yeah.
A lot of jerking.
But, so then they go back to her room, and my favorite part about her, too, is that, like, she knows something's gonna happen no matter what. It's, like, she's just waiting for it, so she's getting what she can in the meantime, which...
That's all we want, right? Just
I praise her for that, honestly. She's like, hey, she knows.
Doing me, babe, doing me.
She doesn't want to admit it at the same time, too, but she knows. She's smart. She's a smart girl. So when he left that room for the first time, he was just like, get some sleep. She just smiled like, yeah, I'll get some sleep, babe. Alright.
She's like, you get your sleep.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, Hadriel was just like the exact comic relief that you needed to balance out
the most amazing side character ever.
They're annoying. They're not annoying banters.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily.
It's annoying because it's literally just like they're not miscommunicating. They just don't communicate.
They're just denying.
And they're both like such in denial. And, I mean, you have to think about it. Like, he's been alone for 20-some years.
Yeah.
Not, like, talking to anyone intimately, not having sex with anyone.
She comes over in her dress.
And then here comes this chick that his animal wants, he wants, and he doesn't really know what to do with it. So, he's confused, she's confused. They both want each other.
Very sickly manipulative of each other, too.
And she's, like, pissed at him because he has done nothing really for her village. With their sickness, she feels like he hasn't done anything. He didn't even know her village existed. Yeah. Which kind of sucks.
He's just like, what are you talking about?
Except he did, because when she was like 14 or 15, she came into his woods for the first time and he smelled her. And then he kept an eye on her, like a little bit here and there. And it's just like, alright.
That's not weird.
A little weird. weirdo.
Yeah, but yeah, they're both, when it comes to teasing each other too, my favorite scene was when, so at a certain point, of course, just like regular Beauty and the Beast story, she escapes. She's like, I'm done, I'm out. She didn't realize he was the prince, that typical
He's the
thing.
prince, spoiler.
Yeah, right.
Which
shocking, right?
Literally, she's like, oh my god. She's like recalling a story from when she was, again, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And she saw the Prince of Dragons for the first time, and she was
Yeah.
so attracted to him and drawn to him. And I'm like, nothing. Hey, babe, what's up?
So she escapes, and obviously she gets attacked. What happens, of course? He saves her by this creature. Wasn't there?
He jumps in front of her,
And
the claws rake down his
they were
back.
poisonous.
Poisonous claws!
No! So
I feel like it sounds like we're making fun of the book, but we actually really like the book.
we really did like the book, but it's just
We
like
just like being
the
dramatic.
type of writing and the dialogue that it was literally this sarcastic.
Yes, and it was like a comedic book to me.
I liked
like,
it,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, between that, so because literally,
That's why we're acting like this.
literally she was like, is this venom poisonous? He's like, yeah, it is. She's like, how bad? He's like, yeah, it's fine. She's like, no, how bad?
And then she's like, carry me to my house.
We're going to
She's
my
also
house.
an alpha, so
Yeah.
here and there she can make people do what she wants.
Yeah.
And so he's like, ugh. He picks her up, and she's like, you don't have to carry me. He's like, oh, shut up, don't push it.
Yeah, so
and then he
this
carries
dude's
her
like-
to his her old house.
ripped apart. They take him to her house. Her brother helps her take care of him.
Yeah.
Hilarious scene happens where this freaking man is just, he has to lay on his stomach the whole time too.
Charlotte and I were talking about this earlier
His
today.
back is all injured, and
It started healing at this point a little bit.
well, he still couldn't go on his back for obvious
That's
reasons.
true.
And she literally makes him. She turns him on so much where he
So
starts.
so he's a dragon shifter, but when the curse happened, he did something to where it kind of is scarred his whole body. So his wings got burned off,
Oh, I
or
forgot
like
about
something
that, yeah.
happened and his wings got ripped apart. So now all he has are the scars of his wings on his back.
Yeah.
So she kept running her fingers across
was
those
teasing
scars,
him and
teasing
turning him on.
him because they're super like sensitive.
Where he starts humping her
her
bed,
bed.
and he comes on her bed. She's
Yeah.
just like, she gets herself.
He's
all
literally
next
like,
to
you
him,
have to
and
fix me so I can come.
yeah, she was like, that's for all the payback for the previous times, dick.
He's like, I don't care if I have to come on your bed. That's what I want to do. It smells like you.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
That's all we want in life, you know, man.
I don't know.
I can come just by smelling you.
Yeah. That's pretty powerful, actually.
That's all I want.
I
in
mean,
life.
good
I
for
want to be
her.
that powerful
If
over a
her
man.
scent has that much power,
Let's go.
that's fantastic.
I want to touch her back, and you'd be like, okay, I'm done.
But yeah, but that's pretty much like just like the whole book, and then you get to the end, and what happens?
They go to the steam room, and they jerk off again, and
Oh,
she
I
gives
forgot
him
about
head.
that.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I mean, that does
did happen. Yeah.
But no, what she's talking about is he says like this sweet freaking
He lied.
he lied.
That dickhead. It wasn't
He
sweet.
gives
He
her
lied.
all these sweet words, and she goes to bed. He fucking I don't want to say poisoned. He spiked their tea,
Oh yeah, he made the
and he made the tea for her whole family, and they pass out. And
Oh, I
he
found the
leaves
passage.
in the night.
Yeah, so the night before, he goes to her, "You are incredibly beautiful to me. I do not just mean by your appearance or your body, down to your soul, you are beautiful." And honestly, you know what? She is. So she's not
is.
wrong in that sense. I pray to God he's telling the truth. You are so honest about who you are, so free with your thoughts and emotions growing up. Everyone around me was guarded, so closed off, but you have this
He's full of
divine
shit.
light about you. And he just keeps going on about how much of a goddess
Like
she
2
is,
pages.
how perfect she is, how beautiful she is on the inside.
And then she wakes up the next morning.
Only
Gone.
to find him gone the next day, and there's a note left on for her. Remember, no cage can keep you for long. Find a way out, Finley. Any way you can. You deserve to be free. Hopefully I'll meet you in the next life when there isn't so much standing between us.
Because
And
he's going to sacrifice himself to fight the
son
Demon
of
King.
a bitch.
And that's the end of the book.
And
That's the end of the fucking
and she
book.
was like, "The fuck you are,
So
dude."
she jumps up, rips
Like-
all her stuff on,
She's
out
like,
the door.
I
We
am
haven't
not
read
a
book 2
damsel.
yet, so we don't know what's happening. But
I
I'm pissed.
immediately bought book 2 after finishing
yeah,
it.
I have book 2 on my Kindle. I just haven't got there.
She was just like, I'm I'm not a damsel. You think I'm gonna sit back and let you watch
And then
that?
we'll find you in the next life. She's like, think again.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, I'm gonna find you in 10 minutes. Bitch. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm kind of curious how fast she will find
I
him.
know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be quick.
I think
feel like
so,
it's
too.
gonna be.
So
She's
we
gonna run
get
into
to,
the Forbidden Wood and be like, motherfucker,
Hey, remember me? Remember my face?
you remember me?
Yeah.
Such a dick in the.
Yeah.
Like,
Because at that point, too, it's going to get really interesting where it's like, all right, how is the curse going to get broken? What's going to happen to certain people? I think her brother, I really liked, I mean, her brother made
Oh, there's
quite an
also
appearance.
Gaston in the book, but not as
Not
much
really.
yet.
It was,
Like, he just wants to marry her
Yeah.
and, like, be with her just because she's the prettiest in
yeah,
the
it
village.
was just that one
But
scene
it was just here and
where
there,
it was
yeah.
like, hey, I think it's time for me to take a wife.
Yeah, and then it's her,
She's
like,
like,
talking about it here and there, like, to her brother and Nifane and
She's
stuff like
like,
that. But
congratulations, dude, but it's not going to be me.
she's like, I'm out. But I feel like in book 2, he's gonna do some shady shit.
Yeah, I think her brother's
Predictions
gonna
for
play
book 2.
a major role. Hannon.
Yeah.
Something about him. He's obviously. That's how they helped out in the family. He was alright, he made the food at home. He was.
So he's like her dad in Beauty and the Beast.
Essentially, kind
Yeah.
of.
Like, the dad doesn't have any part in it. He's just sick
was
in the
sick.
book.
Yeah, just
So I feel
laying on the
like
bed.
Hannon is her dad. That's in the original Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, but I feel like Gaston in this book is going to snatch him up and hold him kind of for ransom for Finley to get him back.
Well, she also.
Because she's running after the beast.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she also, with Hannon, too, made a point where he didn't believe in mates.
yeah.
So at that point, too, I'm like, somebody's gonna become one of his mates.
Somebody come get her.
She
She's
thinks
dancing.
That's gonna be Finley on him. Knife in later.
I'm like,
But overall, loved this book.
Great book. I gave the
Lapped
book
it up.
4 out of 5 stars.
Fast read, hilarious.
2 out of 5 chili peppers.
Yeah, did we get stressed out at the end? Of course, but it was
Yes.
that kind of good stressed out where you still want that light read to enjoy it.
Yeah,
so
and
much for
I've
comedy.
read K.F. Breene's books, like a couple of her books before, like another series, and it's kind of the same way. They're really good. Like the side characters are great. The spice is there, not as much as this one, but it's still there some.
Yeah, the next book's thicker. I wonder how much spice will be on that one. We're gonna find out. I wanted to
Like, how
read.
many pages is it?
So I screenshotted I saved the picture that Jen sent me of when she searched pussy in her Kindle for this book, where I was like, which book was that? It's 300 Miles, girl. And so I wanted to read some.
I feel like it's gonna be bad. I haven't read these, by the way. I mean, I did when I first read them, but I have no idea what they are now.
I'm just reading them right now and I can't stop laughing. Her fingers in the first pussy. My gaze darted to an orgy of all men in the back. Yeah, there's a lot of orgies
this is
that
when
just
she
happen.
first meets Hadriel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was only page 71.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how...
It's quick smut, too.
I love how Hadriel was just like, one day you're just like taking a break, next thing you know, you got a dude in your ass, a dude in your mouth. And...
I know. The first time we meet Hadriel, he's actually dressed up in a furry costume of
like a purple
Nifane.
fully furry, yeah.
Of Nifane. He's in like a purple dragon.
It's so funny.
Costume. It's amazing.
This next one's hilarious. And force feed him my pussy. That beach needs to get some cock. Wham bam, call me ma'am, great goddess. What the hell kind of creature do I have inside me? Yeah, she questions it a lot too.
A lot. She's very confused by her creature.
Such good commentary though. I love it.
So I keep telling you, read Flames of Chaos.
Within his dominant manhandling, my pussy was so wet it dribbled into my panties. Damn my body.
Dribbled?
Yeah, it dribbled.
Dribbled.
I don't like that word.
It's better than pussy hole.
Yeah. That's what I thought you searched.
She did.
Pussy hole.
She was like, I can't remember, does this book have pussy hole in it? I was like, no.
No, just pussy.
No, it's not.
A
I was
lot.
like, that's another word search that I
This
say.
next one is hilarious. Liquid fire into my desperate pussy. Knife hand, fuck me. I moaned. My eyes snapped open to the realization of what I just said. Oh yeah, so she had like a dream
Oh, yeah, she
about him like going down on her, and so that's against the tree. He teased her hardcore about it, to the point where I was like, dude, you gotta stop saying it's just your animal.
Yeah.
Your animal's not teasing her.
Your animal's not teasing her. Your animal's just gonna fuck her.
Yeah.
There's no teasing with animals. It's just fucking.
You have the dialogue.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Like,
But I
calm
love
down.
him either way. This next one, was so keyed up, my pussy's swollen. Eager. It's
No
always
one wants
swollen.
No one wants a swollen.
Oh, this next one's funnier.
Everyone wants a swollen
forked
pussy.
tongue between those sodden pussy lips.
Forked
Pretty
tongue.
lady. The words stuck me wrong. The tone, knife in, pulled back, looking down on me.
Oh, that's when the demon's doing it.
Yeah.
That's when she's having a dream about Nifane, but there's a demon incubus outside the door, projecting to her mind.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts realizing that it's not Nifane, because it has a forked tongue.
Because the kingdom is so weak that these demons just take control of their minds.
Well, the demon king took over everything, so
Yeah.
now he has all these little sub-demons that are running around serving him and terrorizing everyone,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's sick.
Fucking everybody.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are all for it. I mean,
Yeah.
Adriel a couple times was like, man, my dick needs a break.
But he's like, don't fall for it. Don't
Yeah.
go out after dark, because everyone will think that you're fair game.
Which she has listened to that, thank God. I really thought she was just gonna,
For the
go
most
out and
part,
find
she
herself in a
has.
situation.
Yeah.
Because
It's usually what they do.
She was stubborn, but she wasn't that stubborn to that
Yeah.
degree. And the only other thing I really wish she added with Nifan was when she found, so he had a very sacred bond with his mother, the queen.
Oh, yeah.
And so Finlay finds his mother's room.
But she doesn't know this is mom's room when she first goes
she's
into
just
it.
exploring around.
She's like, climbs over a wall, and she knows that it's the prince's mom, like the queen's room, but she has no idea at this point that Nifane is the prince. So she's like, climbs over a wall, and Hadriel's like, don't go in there, don't go in there. She's basically like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And goes in, and she just kind of looks around a little
But the
bit.
way Hadriel was freaking out too, I was like, oh, he's gonna get mad.
I'd like, flip around, run away.
He barely got mad.
That wasn't
I was
very much of a scene. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Yeah, the Disney movie had more of a reaction than this.
He like stalks into the room and she runs away, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and that was it. So.
And they talk about it, I think.
Like, he's got an attitude, but not that much, apparently.
It's not that bad.
He doesn't have a temper.
I feel like this right here shows the like kind of books that we read where I'm like, he didn't have that much of a temper. You're like, he didn't scream and yell and fight people. And I was like, I've read way worse.
Yeah,
it was, this is nothing.
Yeah.
He got a little upset over her being in his mom's room.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
pussy. Beat her. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Overall, I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, so I said 4 out of 5.
I enjoyed it.
All around. It was a fun book. I can't wait to
Yeah.
read the next one.
I did.
It had a good plot.
I
even though
missed
we knew what it
having a
was,
fun
but
book, and this is exactly what I
yes,
needed.
it's especially a good like in between book.
Yeah.
because it's less than 400 pages.
Yeah, super easy.
It's
Super
easy read.
fast-paced.
It's a fun read.
Yeah.
It has smut. It has all that good stuff that you like.
Yeah, if you're just looking for, I mean, obviously, if you love retellings, if you love great side characters,
Yeah.
hilarious side characters.
And like I said, about 2 out of 5 chili peppers. I'd give it.
Chili
I wish I
peppers.
just like saying it, but I like it. I'm gonna give it every episode. I'm gonna give it spice.
Very excited. I mean, should we do a book episode for book 2? Third one just came out too.
Yeah, there's 3 books
Gotta
out now
recap.
for it.
I want to know what happens. I want to read it.
Oh my
now. I specifically didn't read the next one until we did this episode.
Yeah, so we could not, like, we wouldn't be combining, because I'm really bad, like, everyone knows at this point, I'm a multi-book reader.
Yeah.
So if I was trying to take 3 books of the same series and pick them apart to do the episode on what happened in book 1, 2, and 3,
Mesh them together.
I would not be able to do it, because
Yeah.
I'd be like, even during this episode, I was like, oh wait, is that from that book that I'm reading? No,
this
that's
one
from
goes
this one.
here, that
I'm like,
one's
oh,
there.
no, he didn't do that in this one.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Oh, maybe our
I'm
predictions.
working
will
on
be
it. Yeah, I fully think that they're dragon mates, and she's going to be the most amazing dragon of them all.
I can't wait to see her sassy attitude again.
I know.
I liked Finlay a lot.
I liked Finley.
I was a little bugged at first with the type of dialogue that she was given and the way she talks, but after a while, you were like, no, it needed to be like
You're
that.
here for it. Because
Yeah.
she's still young.
Yeah.
She's still young in it, which is something Charlotte and I struggle with sometimes whenever they're too young. And we're just like, I can't do it. But
She's
then you have to,
25.
like, read the book. Yeah, but... Oh, yeah, she is your age.
She was, yeah,
She's
she's my
your
age.
I'm like, But, like, she's still young to me, so reading the book, she kind of reads as, like, a 19-year-old.
That's true.
It's kind of what I pictured her as. And that's still where I pictured her at.
I bet she's probably insulted now.
It's like 19. I'm sorry. She's a great character, but I just pictured her younger than her age was. But other than that, it was an amazing book.
It'll be so good.
It was really good.
Yay. Well, I hope somebody else liked this book as much as we did.
Yeah. Let us know.
Woohoo. First book
or
club
don't.
episode.
Whatever you want, you know.
Yay.
Or clink. We clinked to
We
the
did
end
it.
on book club. At least on this episode.
Yeah, if there's any books that you guys want us to read, as always, you'll always give us the best recommendations.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Again.
We love you so much.
We love you. Keep talking to us. Keep being friends with us.
I
Keep
hope you enjoy our synopsis review /
and our acknowledgement
monologue readings.
review.
It's quite flinging stuff.
It was just a pen. It was a shitty pen anyways. It's from my work.
Yep.
It's like one of those buy 20 for $1.
I need pens.
You can't have any of mine. They're for work.
Okay. As
All right,
always,
we love you guys.
Keep reading your smut.
Read your smut.
Keep
your
drinking your
crown.
booze. Tilt that crown.
And again, come for the books.
Stay for the smut.
It's a good book club episode.
Thanks for coming to book club, bitches.
We love y'all.
We love y'all so much.
Bye.
Bye.